Hey, beautiful bitches. All right, I was trying to sound like him. I know I didn't do it. He's not here, guys. So the show must go on. We will talk about some relationship things. However, we're going to do it in the form of entertainment news. And first up, we're going to talk about Big Latto. Was she Big Mama? Big Mama did let us know that she is expecting, and she did it with a photo of her hand and a man's hand on her belly. And apparently that man's hand is 21 Savage. 21. Yeah, he's so funny looking to me. It's a knife. That's all I can think about when I think of him is that whole it's a knife thing. But little backstory. 21 Savage got into a little bit of legal drama when I think he beat up a fan or something when he was out of the country. And was he out of the country? I can't remember if he was out of the country or not. However, I do know he was out of the country. And that is when we found out he was born in England. He's not an American because they were talking about deporting him and everything. So apparently the year after that he got married. And apparently he has been with Latto, Big Mama, for years. So everyone is clowning her, saying that she is a side chick and having a baby by a married man. However, I do believe that it is more than likely a marriage for his green card. I don't think it's a real marriage. People said that the woman who he is allegedly married to liked the post about Latto and him having a baby. So whatever they have arranged, the wife is okay with. If she's even still the wife, we don't know. But my thing is this. Latto came out with a statement saying, look, I don't owe anybody any explanations. It's none of your business. And I'm going to have to agree with her. It's none of your business. People relationships are just none of other people's business. It's just not. Latto has been running around for years with this man that no one knows or knew who he was. They had never confirmed that it was him. Just speculation, but they have been together for years. So my thing is this. She has been my man, and she's loving her man, whoever he was. We didn't know who he was, but she was loving her man. So I'm going to assume that they were in a real relationship with no drama from the wife or anything. There's no telling what the arrangement is or was with that lady. But if she's my man, he's obviously with her. There's no interference where she would think of him as anyone else's man. So he's more than likely with her on holidays. He's able to talk to her whenever, like he's, for all intents and purposes, her man. And if this lady doesn't have anything to say about it, you don't know what sort of setup they have. I mean, it's crazy right now that a lot of people, and we've seen it on reality TV, a lot of people are right now in the midst of divorcing, separated, still living in the same homes. Todd and Candy just had their divorce finalized, and now he has to get out the house. We know Drew and her husband, he was living in the basement when they were still separated or whatever, dating other people. Like, I mean, and then that's on other people to figure out, if you want to date someone that is still legally married. When you're separated and going through a divorce or about to go through a divorce, are you supposed to not date? I mean, I just think it's to each his own, like whatever you feel comfortable with, whatever the other person feel comfortable with. If someone is okay dating someone that's still legally married, then that's fine. As long as at some point, I mean, I'm sure Latto would at some point want him to be like, listen, it's time now, okay? Like she don't want no other connections to her relationship. I'm sure that this is bothering her right now, that this is what's happening, and it's stepping all over her big announcement because she really does think of him as her man. And again, we don't know what the arrangement is. So I just think for people to overshadow her good news with shit about shit that they don't know about is a little ridiculous. But again, 21 Savage, whatever the marriage is for, if it was for a green card or whatever, get out of it and marry Latto. Like at some point you're going to have to get this other person out of your relationship, out of your life or whatever. Unless you guys have kids, then she can't get out of your life, but she still needs to move along and get out of your story basically, and just start a new chapter. All right, let's also go to Druski. You guys, what is wrong with Druski? Y'all, why Druski look like that lady? Why does this fool look like Erica Kirk for real? And I'm so mad that I even know her name. Like, I really am mad that I know her name. But why does he look like her? And every time he spoke and then looked into the camera with those evil eyes, oh my God, I died. Now, did he let it go on a little long? He did. The whole yoga thing wasn't funny. The pup cup thing, it was a little funny, but he could have just really ended it after he came out and we got the picture, that it was her, and he, did the little talking or whatever. But hilarious, absolutely hilarious to me. Now, they're going to be on his ass. They are. But listen, if it works, it works. He has everybody talking about him, so that's what you want. And I just had to give him an honorable mention because that shit was hilarious to me. What'd you guys think about it? Do you think they're going to be after him? I mean, she did say that she was, watch what she do or something like that. And he just better watch his back. But when I say pure comedy, I got my life. So Usher sat down and did an interview where he finally spoke out about Diddy. But what did he say? He said, I ain't got nothing to say about Diddy. I ain't got nothing bad to say about Diddy. And a lot of people were kind of up in arms, like, he's not telling the truth. But the thing is, of course we call bullshit. We know that he was living with him smack dab in the 90s when they said Diddy was at his worst. So you have definitely seen him do something. There's no way you didn't know he was a dick and he was an asshole and he was a jerk. You had to have seen him do something. If you don't want to say that, that's fine. However, don't run around saying he was misrepresented, because he wasn't. And that is what I think a lot of people had a problem with. We saw the videotape, Usher. You saw the videotape. So if you want to say, yeah, I didn't see that side of him, he didn't behave that way to me or in front of me, but I saw the videotape and I do not condone what happened. Like, say something like that, but don't say he was misrepresented, because no, he wasn't. No, he wasn't. And then you come off looking like an ass, But same thing with Young Miami. I think a lot of people would have really, really liked it had she said, listen, he didn't do any of this stuff to me. However, I saw the videotape and I was appalled. I couldn't believe it was him. It was nothing like I had ever seen before. Something. But to just not say anything about that videotape, that's where we call bullshit. And that's where you start looking like an ass. And we don't want to have anything to do with you. Nobody is canceling Young Miami or Usher or anything, but it's just not cool that they can't at least say when he's wrong. You can say when your friend is wrong and still love your friend. That's fine. But we're going to move to one last relationship question. We're going to get a little answer from me because it's only me, but that's cool. And then we will be done. All right, you guys. So we're going to end with our relationship question. And as opposed to having one, I have two. So what I'm going to do is try to keep it cute and try to keep it really quick. So the first one is, how do you deal with a partner who won't say when they are upset? They just become distant and won't call or won't text and act weird. I would say that if you are in an actual relationship, there is no room for game playing. You have to tell your partner to speak up. If there is something bothering them, it is a safe space and you guys should be able to talk about it and come to some sort of resolve without game playing. Game playing is for people that are dating or talking but in an actual relationship, no, there's no room for that. because that just doesn't do anything but cause resentment. You start acting weird, then the other person starts acting weird, and it's something that could have just been talked about and resolved a long time ago. So I feel like game playing is a no-go. That's no good, and it's the fastest way to a breakup. So, all right, that was good. That was one question. Second question, and our last question, relationship question. How do you deal with a partner that expects perfection in the relationship? I would say there is no such thing as a perfect relationship. Absolutely no such thing as a perfect person, a perfect relationship. There will be ups, there will be downs, and if you guys are in it for the long haul, then you can just, try as hard as you can to get through whatever the problem is. But it's not going to be perfect. And someone that is expecting it to be perfect is living in la la land. So he or she would need to wake up and know that just because things go wrong, it doesn't mean it's the end of the world. It doesn't mean it's the end of the relationship. Nothing. Perfection is overrated. Make mistakes, grow from the mistakes, and become closer from the mistakes. So, that would be my answer. Hopefully you guys have enjoyed this podcast, and next week, hopefully, my baby will be back and we can do it as a couple, like we're supposed to be doing it. But we had to get a video out because it's been a couple weeks, and like I said, unfortunately, he's not here with me. But hopefully you guys enjoyed. I will see you guys in the next video. Like, comment, subscribe if you have not, and I will see you guys in the next video. Oh, I was about to do my whole smooches or whatever. I don't know what we say over here. Peace out. We'll talk to y'all later. Holla, holla. All right, niggas? No, I don't know. All right, bye. I don't know.